Check out what just came in. My brand new sewing machine. Let's get this unboxed and see what it's all about. Alright, here we go. So, I have not taken any of it out yet, just opened up the top. And let's see what we have. Manual. So that's what we're dealing with. It's a Juki TL2010-Q Semi Commercial sewing machine. Alright. That is the knee kicker. What else we have down here? The foot pedal. That thing is monstrous. Look at that. That is huge. Alright. Bag full of goodies. So we'll get this opened up. See what's in it. Bobbins, cleaning needle, some oil. That's nice. There's a walking foot. There's a quilting foot. Alrighty. Bunch of stuff in there. Alright, what else do we have in here? Power cord. Alright. Ooh, wonder what this is. Let's get a knife and find out. How about a pair of scissors instead? Oh, this is the big old base plate. Look at that. Nice. Alright. Now time to slide this thing out. Everything's out of the way now. I'm going to tip this on its side. There is an arrow here where the table was, right here. So I'm assuming that means up, or pay attention to that so you don't crush it. Alright. So according to the website, this thing weighs about 38 pounds. And here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Aw. Alright. Trying to figure out where to grab it. There we go. Oh, yep, that's a heavy machine. Alright, there we have it. Alright, we'll get this over to the sewing table where its home will be, and we'll do an up-close look on all of this. And here it is. Alright, so first off, we'll start with this, which I thought was a pad. It's not. It is actually a cover. It is a padded cover, to be exact. opens up just like that. And slips it over top. And up here is a hole so you can grab the handle or grab around it to carry it. And there you have it. Alright. Now we already know the foot. Let's see about this bad boy. Alright. So this is kind of rubbery up here, which is neat. So grip, it's pretty stiff. Normal feet. Wires up and spun around. This will undo itself, come up, and plug into the machine. Get that plugged in soon. And yes, this is the knee lever lifter. Alright. Power cable. And we'll play with that in a bit. Let's get this thing plugged in and ready to go. Alright, so alright, so we have power. Let's turn it on. I know, anticlimactic. It's not computerized, so you don't have the whole front of it like adjusting and centering and all that. This is a basic machine. It does straight stitch, and that is it. Alright, so what it does have, I'll show you over here. Alright, starting up here at the top, this dial here is the pressure regulator. So if you're doing super thick stuff or very thin stuff, you can adjust it. The pressure, you can sorry. You can use this to adjust the foot pressure depending on what you're working on. Okay. Okay, up here is the tension thread adjuster. So the machine will thread through here, which is telescoping, come around and through here, and you can adjust the tension. You can adjust the tension. So if you are dealing with thicker threads or thinner, you can adjust it that way. This here is the indicator of the pressure on the foot, so you know just how soft or how much it's pressing down, which is really nice. That is really nice because there is no gauge up here or numbers, so it's all set right there. Alright, this dial here is another thread tension dial, so when it comes through here, it'll feed down through here, and you can adjust it that way as well. Back over here, it does have the thread cutter. It is referred to as the manual one, because over here you can see this, which is the automatic thread trimmer. Back here is the lift for the foot. This is all threading stuff through here. Here is the automatic, not automatic, sorry, the thread assistant so you can thread your needle a little bit easier, because some people can't see, and I'm getting older, so my vision is one of those I can't see. And there it is, it's lifted. So this will come down and it push a little bit harder, and it helps thread your machine. Okay, and of course the feed dog and all that stuff. Alright, so on this side over here, up here at the top, we have the bobbin winder set up. This here adjusts your stitch length. So how far it spans before the needle comes down again, that sort of thing. Which is really nice, because one of the things that I sew is nylon, and you need to expand that stitch length so you're not perforating it and it can tear. Even ripstop nylon, it can be perforated. It won't tear really, really bad, but you will get tears. And there are other things that you need to extend it on. So if you're doing gathering stitch, you know, you put it up towards the 6, stuff like that. So this will make your needle stay up or stay down. There you go. That's pretty cool. Again, this will cut it. This is your reverse knob. This drops and lifts your feed dog. And this will slow the machine down or speed it up. So that is a speed control lever. And right here is where that knee lift. So when you're quilting, you don't have to move one hand to lift up your machine. You use the knee lift, and it will lift this up, and you put it back down and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So now we'll get into the bag of accessories before we start sewing on this thing. Alright, what do we have here? Screwdriver, and this is metal. Thing of oil. Some replacement needles. Alright, and this is the walking foot. I love this foot. If you don't have a walking foot for your machines, I highly recommend you get one. These are amazing. I do love them. But how this works is it replaces your regular foot through its bar. This part here hooks on top of the knob for the needle. And so when this lifts up, as you can see, as it's sewing, it helps guide the top fabric. So one of the things I make has a very slick material in the middle. This helps keep the layers moving together, so one layer doesn't shift and go askew and the other layers, you know, go underneath. So it keeps everything together, which is really, really convenient. Love this foot. Alright, what else do we have? Some bobbins. 3 of them. This is your zipper foot. I love this style of zipper foot. Alright, so this is the little short screwdriver, so when you have to get back here to the plate where the big ones don't allow you to, that's what that's for. Oh, we have 4 bobbins. Yay! Brush. Always handy for when you're cleaning the thing up. Alright, so this is a spool cap. There you go. And we have another foot. Let's see what this one's about. This is your free motion foot. So it hooks on just like that. You drop your feed dog, and this allows you to do free motion quilting or embroidery work and stuff like that. So that is a hefty foot. Very expensive foot. Glad it's included. And I'm glad that one is as well. So pretty nice set. So let's go ahead and wind up a bobbin and get this thing threaded now. So if you lift this up here, down in here you have your bobbin. And you slide it out. So this little arm lifts up, just like that. So you lift it up, grab it, and you pull it out. Remember that this is the up slot. And this is your bobbin here. So we'll be using this thread so you can see it. Goes up on here. And then up here to this. So this one here is for your first, and this one here is for the second one. If you're using small spools, such as this one, you use this to cap it with, and that holds it down. This here has the adapter so it doesn't wobble around and everything, and holds it in place. Alright. So, find my end, and go up, slide it through there. Now then it comes down to here, and if you have an issue with it slipping out, you feed it through one of the little holes here on the side. You'll feed it through one of these little holes here. But if you don't, try and do this one-handed. Go around and bring it back just like that. So now that we have it coming off, we take our bobbin, and you have a little hole here up at the top. Take your thread, put it up through that hole, just like that. And you bring this over and set it down. So you set it down, and there's a little notch in there, so you spin it until it sets down into that. And then from there, keep holding your string, just push that in, and that's it. Now if you don't have it in that notch, so say it's like this, and I go to close it, it's not going to, it's going to hit it. So that tells you don't have it in the notch. Find your notch, hold it closed, and then that's it. As you can see, I'm still holding my tail. Alright, and then just slowly start it. Okay, I'm going to trim that, and then that's it. Okay, so if you notice that when it's winding, if it's more hanging out towards the bottom, filling up the bottom faster, or if it's filling up the top faster, on this machine, on this, you actually adjust it. So on the back side of here is a screw. Follow the manual, but you can lift or lower this depending on how your bobbin is filling up. This one is filling evenly, so we're not going to worry about that. So now you have your bobbin case. The thing is closed. My thread is coming off clockwise. Now I'm going to slip this in. There is a groove here. I'm going to bring my thread, and as you can see, it's coming around through that groove, pull it, and you hear that click, and it's underneath. We'll do a close-up now. Thread is coming off clockwise. Alright. Tab is closed. there's the slit. Drop it in, pull your thread through that slit, keep pulling it until it slips underneath that little bit right there. And then lift that up. That's going to hold your bobbin in place. Okay? I'm going to hold on to this here, and this opening is facing up. And it's going to set right in there, just like that, and then close this. And there you have it. That's all you have to do. And then close your gate. Now we're going to go ahead and thread the machine. There's my spool. The thread is coming up, goes through there, and then it heads straight over to the front of the machine. From here, you're going to start on your first hole. I'm going to go down, skip the second one, come back up, and go down the third hole. If you're using silky threads, then you want to use all three, because those silky ones slip out easier, so you use all three holes. Alright, so up on here, there's these two tension plates. You're going to bring your thread around and in between those plates. Forgot to mention, make sure your foot is up. Okay? From there, you're going to come on the right side of this, loop around, and go into that wire. Okay, so again, there's two tension plates in here. So you bring it in, bring it all the way around, and when you come back, you make sure that it's going to set in the cradle of this wire here. Okay, bring it down and catch it on this arm here, through here, up around on that, so it sits in the cradle again, back down through here, so it's going to pass through this twice, up and then down. Okay. From there, there's a little hook here. Slip it in there, because there's a little eye. Alright, and then on the back side of your needle holder, there's another one. So we'll adjust our picture now. Okay, right here. So you're going to bring your thread, go behind it, and it's going to slip into another little cradle right there. Okay, pull off a decent amount of tail. Now from here, if you want to just thread your needle, you're going to pass through from your left to your right. If you want to use this, the automatic needle threader, hold your thread, push this down until it goes around behind the needle. Did you see that? Watch this part here. There you go. Okay, then you go behind it, slip underneath, and bring it that way, and let go of your thread. That's it. We have our bobbin in. We're all threaded. Now, all we have to do is over here is your up and down needle button. So if I push it, I'm going to hold my thread. Needle is going to go down. I'm going to push it again. Needle comes up, and it pulls out the bobbin thread. There it is. Alright, between the 2 feet, and my threads are behind me. Now we are ready to sew. But first we're going to talk about the foot itself. Alright, so the machine has an automatic thread trimmer built in. And it's a little button right next to the up and down arrow right underneath your dial here. Okay, so when you're done sewing, you can hit this, it trims your threads, that's it. The other feature is you can actually push on the front or the lower end of your foot, and it will trim your threads. So you need to pay attention to how you drive the machine, where you put your foot, and you're not resting on this. Or when you get ready to sew, if you're just doing this with your foot, you're going to hit that automatic cutter and be cutting your thread constantly. So pay attention to that. Alright, now we are ready to sew. I have some blocks cut out. I am just going to do a simple 1/2 inch seam. This is for a quilt that I'm working on. Okay. And that was a thread cutter, and I used the foot to do it, which is pretty neat. And there you have it. There's the back. There's the front. And there it is opened up. Alright, next up we are going to put on the big auxiliary table. So here's the table. Alright, first thing we're going to do is lift all of its little feetsies. Okay, these clips here are for the knee lifter, so if you don't want to use it, you can store it underneath. Alright, and from here, slip it in, and set it down. Alright, and then you can take and adjust these feet here. They lift and lower, so that way you can get it level. And as you can see, I'm a little not level anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and lower all these feet. And there you have it. So if you need to get to your bobbin, this lifts up, just like that. This lifts up, and you have access into your bobbin. Alright. And that goes back down. Just like that. We have our table on. I am now threaded with red. This is a cotton thread. And I have a project I'm working on. And we're going to see what it sews with batting and fabric. So I'm going to be doing some quilt stitching on the top of this. I'm just going to be running a straight line from one corner to the next, nothing fancy. But we're going to see. I went to go grab my scissors. First machine with an automatic thread cutter. It's pretty neat. Alright, so there's the stitch, and there it is on the back side. Alright, so I have a scrap piece of batting, and I have a piece of material I played with stitching on before. It's folded in half, so it's going to be 2 layers. I'm just going to put that on top, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this pink line. go. And there it is on the back. So very nice stitching. I do like it. And there you have it. The Juki TL2010-Q with an auxiliary table that did come with it in the box. That was just how to thread it, how to do the bobbin, the basic features of it, and its sewing. This I've already started making on it. So we have quilt stitching on here with cotton batting and cotton fabric. You can probably see it better that way. There's a nice swirl that I did on the bottom. Stitching all of these layers together. So 2 layers of batting and 2 layers of cotton fabric, and it went through it like butter. This through here, which is doubled over, so twice the thickness, went through it easy. And that's the beginning of a mug cozy. But yeah, so there you have it. Overall thoughts on this. This is day 2 with it. I am very happy I bought it, and I look forward to using it. I do plan on playing with the other feet and a few other more features with it. Eventually that will happen when I get to those projects. Please let me know in the comments what you think about it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer it. Do I recommend it as a semi-commercial sewing machine? So far, yes. Doing this many layers and around in a circle and that close and everything, it did very well. I was very happy with that. Sorry I didn't record it, but maybe next time. But yeah, I plan on putting it through some tests and abusing it. Not really, I don't want to abuse it, but using it for what it's used for, what it's meant for. Let me know if you have leave a comment if you have a Juki and which one you have and if you like it. This is the first one I've ever owned, and I definitely look forward to it. So, thank you, and see you in the next video. there it is. First project done on it. Easy, beautiful stitching, nice and neat, looks great. I love this thing.